Good morning, you guys. Welcome to another video. Happy Thursday. I think we're gonna spend a couple days in the life together. Also, why did it stop talking? Do you hear those birds chirping? It's very loud and they literally sound like they are in my fireplace. One day when I was home alone and we had just moved into the house, I was sitting here and I heard the birds chirping so loud. I literally called my husband. I was like, I think birds fell down our fireplace. You don't understand. It sounds like it's in the house. But they're not. I don't know where they are. It just sounds so loud. But good morning. Today's a Thursday. It's gonna be a little bit of a weird day because there's actually a retreat. Long story, but essentially like our graduate medical education organized a retreat for a couple of different residency programs at my hospital. So they're all like going on a bus and going to Santa Barbara. I'm not going to the retreat because I had already committed to speaking on a Medscape panel today. So I couldn't back out because that's just so unprofessional. And unfortunately they planned the retreat after I had said yes to the panel. So I'm not going. However, I'm not that sad about it because going to Santa Barbara, which is an hour and a half, 2 hours away from LA, on a Thursday when I have to work the next day sounds very painful. So if you guys know me, I love my couch. I love relaxing. Like that sounds like torture to me. So I'm not mad about it. But we are gonna go to work today. I'm gonna hopefully leave a little bit earlier because everyone is essentially gonna go do their work real quick and leave. And then I have to speak on this panel like I talked to you guys about. I'm gonna try to see if I can fit an acupuncture appointment in. I have one tomorrow, which is Friday, but I kind of want to move it to today if I have some time. And then that's literally it for the plan. Tomorrow's gonna suck because I'm gonna be the only one on consult, substance, and ED. I'm covering all three services. So, and today I'm the only one on consult. So it's gonna be busy, but I'm gonna try to not stress myself out about it and just do it, you know? Just do it. I'm gonna show you guys what I made for breakfast. I wasn't really, so they're also doing like a breakfast before we get into the bus or they leave. So I'll probably have breakfast with them and see what they're doing. But I don't know why I woke up saying like, oh my God, I'm craving like those Baskin Robbins chocolate milkshakes. I don't know if you guys have ever tried it. They're just like, it's literally ice cream and milk blended. So I was craving like a chocolate shake kind of thing. So I made a healthier version of it. It is half a frozen banana, almond milk, some of the vital proteins, collagen, peptides, the chocolate flavor, and a scoop of cacao powder and some sea salt. So you have some chocolatiness in it from the cacao powder and the chocolate collagen. And now, it tastes really good. It tastes like a chocolate shake, and there is no added sugar in it, just the banana and actually protein and collagen from the collagen peptides. So I felt like that was such a hack of a smoothie. I'm also enjoying my coffee, and then we're gonna, what does this mean? I'm also enjoying my coffee, and then we're gonna head out. I'm not gonna go to the gym today. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a 6 a.m. Pilates class because I realize I need to do at least, I need to do only 4 days a week. 5 days a week is making me collapse. That's okay. We're adjusting because when I was 15, 17, 18, I would work out literally 7 days a week. But I was also 18 and I had no other stress in my life. And now I'm a resident, so all right, I'm gonna stop talking. I'll show you guys some gifts that Clove sent me later once I come home. Bye. acupuncture. I freaking love acupuncture. I've been doing it every week for the past, this is week 3, and I was feeling so stressed, and it just immediately makes me feel like zen. Like I feel like a new person. But I mean, I change into these sweats because I roll them up, because he put some stuff on my legs, on my stomach, on my arms, even on my head, and it just it works. I don't know how to explain how it works, but it's great. I've been loving it. I just opened a new package from Fabletics. It is a new pair of scrubs. I'm wearing their scrubs right now, but it's purple. I love, such a freaking cute color. I think I'm gonna wear it tomorrow. I'm gonna iron it because I mentioned it before, but I didn't iron today's scrubs because I was super tired this morning, but ironing makes such a big difference. I wanted to show you guys the shoes that Clove sent me. Okay, sorry, I was responding to a co-resident who needed some help, who's on call today. I'm being lazy and I'm not using the tripod, but let me show you guys the one. Clove makes shoes for healthcare workers. They had reached out saying, because it's Think a Resident Day tomorrow, that they wanted to send us some shoes for me and some of my friends who are residents. So this one is for my anesthesia resident friend. They're super cute, sleek looking. She's gonna love them. I got literally the same thing. And my other friend got a white sneaker that looks a little bit different, but also all white. I think we all just went for the all white look because you just really can't go wrong with the all white look, and it's so sleek. So thank you so much, Clove, for gifting us some stuff in healthcare, especially in residency. We don't get anything, literally nothing, and we don't get gifts. We get treated like poop, and so we will always love and appreciate any sort of gift and appreciation. I'm gonna maybe fold some laundry and prep some dinner before it's time for the panel, even though I only have 25 minutes, so I'll see what I can do until then. But I'll see you guys.
Responsibilities, comparing yourself to your peers, or just feeling like you don't belong, it can be an incredibly draining experience. So, Dr. Ahmed, I'd love to start with you.
Medscape team, first and foremost, for helping.
Worked with many students facing these challenges. What are some of the biggest psychological triggers that amplify self-doubt, and what are some actionable ways that students can start breaking that cycle today?
Yes, so lots of different types of triggers, and it is also very depending on the person, right? So context dependent, but some really common ones is comparison culture, especially as most of us who grew up in the pre-med culture, it's very competitive. Equating mistakes with failure. I think this idea of perfectionism is really hard for us to get past. Internalizing constructive criticism as incompetence is also another one, so harsh feedback. Mental exhaustion can be really difficult because once you're burnt out and fatigued, you start questioning whether you are good enough for this or you belong here in the first place. We work in high stakes environments, so that pressure to perform perfectly, especially when you're working with life or death situations, amplifies a lot of that. And then you have, in general, a lack of affirmation, very minimal positive reinforcement in medical training, and so it's really hard for you to acknowledge that you're doing a good job. Actionable ways that you can break this cycle, lots of different things you can do. Number one is reframing your negative thoughts. Reminding yourself, I had thought about this, and it's exactly what Dr. Ahmed said. Success is not an accident. It's something my dad used to tell me growing up and something I say all the time. You did not get to this point by accident, so reminding yourself that is super important. There are a lot of really good cognitive restructuring techniques that I like, and one of them is challenging irrational thoughts, such as I don't belong here, with straight up facts. You belong here because you got all these great grades, you applied, and all these people in a committee believe that you belong to be here, and so the facts tell you that you actually, in fact, do belong here. Other things you can do is adapt a growth mindset. So viewing failures as a learning opportunity and not as proof of your inadequacy. And like Dr. Ahmed said, seeking mentorship or peer support from people who you feel supported by, and celebrating small wins. We are always super harsh on ourselves, so even something small like journaling your accomplishments or actually going out to celebrate a small win, no matter how big or small, can help you feel accomplished. So aiming for progress and not perfection, and really avoiding this all or nothing, black or white mindset, helps you build mental flexibility to get to the point where you are like, yeah, I worked for this.
That's fantastic, and thank you for providing those tools and resources, because like you said, this pathway from pre-med to throughout is a challenging one. So to be able to have tools in the toolkit is something important. In a psychiatry and wellness perspective, what strategies do you recommend for students who want to use these approaches that we've been talking about to retain more information more effectively, but also want to minimize burnout?
Yes, so I don't want to belabor the point because Dr. Krimmer and Dr. Ahmed really hit the nail on the head with essentially the most evidence-based way to learn, which is not doing anything passively. In high school, I was a highlight and read kind of girl, or just be writing in my own notebook. It somehow worked and I ended up in med school, but once I was in medical school, I quickly realized that's not sustainable, just because of the quantity of the amount of information that you have to learn in 1 week in med school versus 1 month in high school. So quickly I became an Anki nerd like everyone else, and it just works. However, I think a really important thing to realize is something that I struggled with when I was in college was really just hyper focusing on one goal and one goal only, and that was studying really well, getting really good grades, honors, getting 4.0, etc., because I wanted to get accepted into medical school and be a doctor, and that was my only identity. And after I applied to medical school my first time around and I never got off the wait list, I had to do a lot of self-reflection and being like, who am I if I'm not a doctor? And so that is when I did a huge revamp in my life. I started to go to the gym and exercise and do some sort of movement that I really liked, which was boxing. I started to nourish my mind and body and focus on foods that would make me feel good. I actually saw my friends because I used to avoid them because I thought I had to study 24/7. And I built my self-confidence as a person, outside of medicine, outside of my career as a doctor. And I actually ended up writing a book about all of this because I feel like when we go to college and we go to a counselor, all they talk about is grades and GPA and what you have to do to get to your goal, but no one really tells you that you are more than a student, you're more than a grade, and that if you are able to build those healthy habits now in high school or in college, then it's a lot easier to carry through in residency and beyond. So that is what I tell everyone is don't forget to take care of yourself as a human outside of all of these study techniques. And there's one quote that stays with me all the time, and it is, you need to give your body a break. Otherwise, it's going to take one without your permission. And it's typically going to be when you don't want it to take a break, during a test or something really important. So you have to learn when to give your body a break, because eventually it's going to be like, I'm not working today. I'm not going to function today. And today is your big test, so.
That is an amazing quote, and I've heard it, and every time I hear it, I'm like, this is the wisdom that everyone in the medical field needs to.
Good morning, you guys. It's the next morning. I am having breakfast and getting ready to go to work, but I realized I never closed off yesterday's video, so I had dinner, or we had dinner after the panel, and then we actually finished Yellowstone yesterday. But like, it ended in a way where I was waiting for more episodes, so I'm not sure if they're coming out with a new season or what, but I was waiting for that show to end because we want to watch other shows and it wasn't that interesting. We tried to watch Severance, but it's on Apple TV and we don't have Apple TV, so instead we're watching the new episodes of The White Lotus. Such a weird show. I'm still like, what's the purpose of this whole thing? Anyways, that's the end. Today's Friday. It's gonna be a wild, wild day, But I'll catch you guys in a new video tomorrow when I'm on a 24-hour shift. We'll do it together. You guys are the only people that get me through those shifts because it's miserable, but like being able to talk with you guys and share just makes it fun. Brings a little element of joy. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast. We're gonna tackle Friday, and I'll see you guys in my video tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to take care of yourself. You matter just the way you are, and I'll see you guys super soon. Bye.